In the last video, we created this morph map so that we can turn it off and on and square off our object. And one thing that's cool about Modo is really smart about this. If I go to my Duplicate tab in Polygon Selection Mode, run my Mirror tool, and mirror this across the x-axis, and I'm just going to drag that center and snap it to the origin, and hit the spacebar to drop that tool, my morph map is still going to work on the mirrored side as well. Those relative positions are going to be applied on both sides, which is fantastic. So now I can run that mirror tool again, click in the viewport. This time we're going to go on the y-axis. Make sure that we snap, let's see, actually z-axis, sorry about that. Snap that right there so that we're mirrored straight across. Now we can turn on and off our square morph, and that works. Excellent. That's looking really, really darn good. Okay, so now what we want to be able to do is fade between those states. So first of all, let's select this inner stuff, hit P for poly, so that we fill that in with a polygon. And let's add a morph to this. Let's right-click on the item, go down to Add Deformer, and we want Influences, Morph Influence. So that's created a morph influence for us. If we look at the properties for that, we will be able to set a morph map. Okay, and that morph map is going to be squared. Now, the strength is currently set to 100%, and yet we're not seeing this as squared. What gives? Well, it's because we're in the model viewport. And if I hit the O key while I'm moused over the model viewport, maybe contract something so you can see a little better, down at the very bottom, Enable Deformers is disabled by default in here. And we want to keep it that way. So when we go to the Animate tab, for example, you're going to see that, this morph influence is working. This guy is squared off. It's just that in the model viewport, it's not going to show us that unless we select it in the lists, right? So that's an important distinction. So let's go back to our Animate tab here. Select this morph influence. I'm going to hide some of that animation control there so we have a little bit more screen real estate. And then if I adjust the strength, we can fade between round and square. Really nice like. So this is going to be super, super useful to us. Let's go back to our model viewport. Let's grab that morph influence, set its strength down to 0%. And also, in its display, I want to set its visibility to no. Not no hide children, just no. So, we now have the beginnings of what will be a light rig. But we need to be able to control this, right? We need a way to control the squareness of this, as well as probably other parameters like the brightness and all that different stuff. So let's do that in the next video.